Thank you to the chair for giving me an opportunity to speak. Uh, Very different discussion from agriculture to homeland security and disaster management. Um, I guess most of the people living here are from New Delhi, and most of you may or may not realize, but you're living in a very high seismic zone. Anyone who lives in Noida and Gurgaon, if you have tried to buy earthquake insurance, like my parents who live in Noida, will not be able to buy earthquake insurance, right? Because no one sells it to them. If you look at Delhi, there are very few high-rise buildings in New Delhi. But the moment you cross the state border, you have 50 story, 20 story, 30 story mega buildings, townships all across the place. One earthquake of about 6.5 Richter will create cracks across the city in every building that you noted, and that destroys all property value that you pay. Right? That's just from a financial loss point of view. From a safety point of view, it causes other havocs, which no one has even thought about. So why I bring it up? I had the recent experience last year to be part of the Chennai floods. I was at the airport. I enjoyed my 2 days sleeping on the road at the Chennai airport, wearing a suit and tie. And it was very interesting, right? Because you're flying business class in the plane on one hand, and on the other hand, you just try to find drinking water because ATMs don't work, cash is not available. And as luck would have it, I had some dollars lying with me, so I got some forex change, and I was able to buy the last piece of food from Cafe Coffee Day. So, in a country like India, we don't typically plan for anything. And why I'm bringing this up today, because we have thought leaders from different parts of different organizations. And the message I want to leave with you today is when you go back, think of location, think of disaster, and think when you talk to your friends and family and other decision makers, how you can influence them and change their thinking. So a little bit about Mapma India. We are about 20 years old company. We're about 1,000 people strong now, so we have grown quite a bit. We have Qualcomm, Zenrin, which is a Japanese company, Flipkart, on the board of the company. We pretty much run all e-commerce in India for all the deliveries, all the mapping, addressing, location of customers, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Flipkart, Ola, Uber, etc. all running us. From a security or disaster management point of view, and we have someone representing Delhi Police over here. We have people like Yogesh who's working closely with the telecom providers. Every year there are some floods in some part of India. You have massive traffic jams. Today I came from Noida to this place, took me 1 hour 40 minutes, and they say Delhi doesn't have traffic compared to Bangalore. And the question is, how do you predict? How do you detect? Are you prepared for that situation? Are you protected? And how do you recover and how do you respond, right? And where does location fit into all of this? And how we as individuals or citizens of our country, how do we contribute to it? So one of the questions that comes up is timely analysis. So if I was studying earthquakes before I came for this presentation today, and Nasik is the best place in India to actually stay if you want to stay away from earthquakes. Right? It cannot have an earthquake. The way the tectonic plates are somewhere outside of Nasik, it has water availability, it has less population, and it's one of the best places in India. It's non-volcanic zone. It's one of the best places in India to be safe. So that's my analysis. You may have me discuss it, right?
Where it will happen, no one knows.
The seismic zone, last about 1,000 kilometers from Nasik.
Earlier, last was in zone number 2, EQ zone 2. Now it's come in zone 5.
Right. Sorry. So earthquake cannot be predicted, as rightly said. But what happens after an earthquake happens, right? And I was there when after happened. Right? I did experience it. It helps you try and put a pattern together, and there's always all sorts of forecasting engines across the world. I have studied mathematical forecasting in my previous career. All forecasts are wrong, that's what everyone says. And you try and build a better decision system. So the best example I think that has happened in India in the last few years is Orissa. We had the calamity I think in 2004, and I think we had 1999 in 2099, right? It was super cyclone. And we've had many cyclones after that, but if you don't see those kind of death tolls and numbers in Orissa anymore because they have really worked hard on it. It is not a success story, it is not a Harvard case study, it's not something the newspapers talk about. But think about it, now you don't see 5,000 people dead and their dead bodies on the trees and all these things don't happen anymore. They thought it through, they have a plan in place, they have a warning system, and this is not some super high technology or something, this is very well organized and prepared, right? And that's something that all of the country needs to follow. Fire. is another interesting one. So we at MapMedia have built a lot of software for fire, police, and these departments across the country. One of the calls that I have taken as a director in the company, we will not sell software for the sake of selling software. Right? We will not sell software no one's going to use it. We will always, if you're going to sell the software, we're going to make you use it. That's my mission personally. Because I was telling someone earlier in the afternoon, I want to leave a legacy beyond what I do, right? So if I'm going to sell your software, which will cost you a lot of money, I'm going to make sure that you use it because it's something that will be useful. So if you look at fire, I gave 3 examples of Chandni Chowk, Kolkata, and Dharawali, Mumbai. India is extremely dense, and we are becoming more and more urban. As you said, all of India is agriculture, but I'll give another stat. 78% of all pharmaceutical sales happen in only 10 cities in India. So what does that mean? Most people don't even have money to buy medicines, right? 91% of all air traffic is between Delhi and Mumbai. There's a flight every 4 minutes each way between Delhi and Mumbai, right? And if you take the top 30 cities in India, that pretty much constitutes the GDP. And if you take Delhi NCR alone, that would be one of the largest chunk of GDP of India. Just Delhi NCR or NCR, right? So it's going to get more and more dense. Right now, whatever the urban population, we will be. I believe all of India will become like Kerala. Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Kerala is extremely urban. There is no break. There are no farmlands. It's not like you go from here to Agra and you have farms on both sides. Where one city ends and where the next one starts in Kerala, you cannot make out. If you travel to Kerala, you would have seen it, right? Extremely urban, extremely literate, and that's the future of India. That's where India is going. And it's a different set of challenges altogether, right? So if you look at what Noida has seen, or what Gurgaon has seen, or Greater Noida is happening, in the last 10 years, when I used to go to Honda to meet them in Greater Noida, you have cows on the expressway. Literally, you have to avoid cows because they used to sit on the road, right? Today is totally different thing. And that pace will only increase. That pace will not reduce, right? From a GDP point of view, again, there are about 27 million people who have per capita income of $15,000, so which is rich. To give another perspective, 19 million people went abroad from India last year for vacation. That's a big number, right? That's bigger than even the US. And that number is again growing at 30% year on year. So you have one section of society which lives in another world and another section of society which lives in completely another world, and the two don't meet, except when we have a driver or Uber or something. Right? So as this is happening, but we all share the same public space, we have the same water pipelines, and we have the same traffic lights, and we kind of have same markets if you come to malls together. So fire becomes very, very important. And most of the places do not have fire standards in India, and even if they do, no one follows them. So that's something, how do you predict whether fire will happen or not? This one I took from Chennai floods, talking about. This is what NRC and ISRO had done. And I think they did a phenomenal job. They were taking pictures regularly and broadcasting. It was aftermath of the flood, it was not before the flood. I saw cows floating and cars floating and planes floating at the Chennai airport. It was a massive loss, and no one has even declared what the insurance claims were on airlines. Cars was very high. One insurance company based in Delhi will most likely seize the government will step in. So, were we prepared? I don't think so. But could we be prepared? Yes. NRC ISRO is a good example. And they stepped up, and whatever they could do at that point of time, I guess they all stepped in. The other thing, what we look at from a location technology is both, again, outdoor and indoor. So if you look at from a disaster or a congestion point of view, all of India is congested. The average speed in Delhi today is about 11 kilometers an hour. Mumbai is about 7, I think Bangalore is 4.5, maybe because we get right? We make traffic data and we keep studying this. And it falls by about 1 kilometer per year. That's the rule of thumb. 1.5 kilometers per year is what your average speed will fall. So if you take your office commute every day, and just measure how much time it takes you every day, you'll see every year it will fall by about 4 minutes to 4.5 minutes. So you can imagine it will become a 2.5 hour commute eventually. So, and maybe the train system will support, but we see that. So, as we go forward, and as traffic becomes a bigger and bigger issue, response becomes very difficult, right? So if you have a disaster, you have a terrorist attack, police has to reach, ambulance has to reach, someone's trying to get there, but how do you get there because everything is down? I was in the US when 9/11 happened, and cellular networks disappeared. The moment you have a large-scale panic attack, telecom networks disappear. So that's why if you look at police, they run UHF channels or VHF channels, right? They don't run on the cellular network. For every 10 cell phone lines, only 2 are operational at any given time. So if you do not have an MTNL landline or BSNL landline, I would recommend you get one. So that works. It's analog. It's not digital. Right? That's the only thing, and broadband will work, right? From experience, right? And you can confirm that, right? So, so so as we get into this, so you want to know what the jams are, and what I saw is when we were building all these softwares and technologies, we started looking at the Japanese because they're the most paranoid people in the world, right? And they look into everything. So when Japan had the tsunami, what they started looking at, the first thing they looked at was GPS traffic probes, right? All of Japan went down, all the networks went down, mass scale panic, and loss of life, and electricity was out for like I think 5 days, 7 days in Japan. And all they could, they had backups or whatever they could live on. And then what they started seeing, they had control rooms. And Toyota, Honda, and Nissan had vehicle tracking systems in each of their cars. And in the control room, you started seeing these vehicles started moving, right, on random roads on the tsunami zones in eastern Japan, right. What that basically means is those roads are open. People are able to move around. So the Japanese government actually picked up the phone and called the three big automotive conglomerates who don't work with each other. Please share all the data, put it on a common portal, and let's start seeing how the vehicles moving. And they started using that on a radio frequency to broadcast. Okay, these roads are open, water is available, shelter is available, and anything you can do. Maybe we'll get there one day, but that's something we're going to use the location technology. Everyone talks about apps. Apps are nice, but if you don't have battery, apps don't work. Normally, by 4 o'clock, our phones are dead for most of the phones. So again, but it's a good way to empower people. Ola and Uber is a good example. You are able to get a vehicle without having to wait or something. So, a couple of other things that we started doing around outdoor mapping, especially with some municipalities where we are trying to do 360-degree panoramic LiDAR surveys across the whole city, just to get a flavor. And then we're doing this for ourselves. We have done this for about 150 cities. We have all the permissions required by the government. We don't publish it in the public domain, but to get a flavor, if tomorrow a disaster happens, how do you go about handling it? So we've collected lots and lots and lots of data. This is one example. This is GK2, one of the markets. And as you can see, all the wire hanging. And we take this all for granted. But if you have an electric outage, where do you start working from? Right now, the old linesman has retired and he's gone away, no one even knows how the wiring works. So those kind of things. The other thing that we started looking at was indoor mapping. And this was interesting. We started working with Apple for the US market, for indoor. And public on the website, so I can talk about it. And he said, okay, when I live in Mumbai, and the terrorist attack happened in 2008, and no one even knew how to get inside Taj. Taj is an iconic property where thousands of people go in every day. Taj is one hotel, a 5-star, that anyone could walk in from the road and you can get a glass of cold water. That was Jerry Tata's, message to society that anyone, literally anyone could just walk in Taj and it's a hot day. You sit there for 10 minutes and you have a glass of water and just rest, and then you could walk out. No other 5-star would do this in a day. And so we started looking at indoor mapping, and it's very interesting. So and there are many technologies globally across the world, and we picked up a few, fine-tuned it for India. And we said, can we indoor map these buildings? Right? Can we indoor map these mega buildings and malls, etc. And what we saw was no one wants to do it. You meet the owners of a lot of these mega structures, mega malls, and say, why do I care? I don't live here. I don't come here. So if fire happens, it's his problem. It's not my problem. I said, but you own the mall, right? And he said, that's not my problem. So then we said, okay, if we go to the local police station and the local inspector, who's the sub-inspector, the Thanedar, he picks up the phone, calls up the local mall manager and says, boss, I want this done, and I want a copy of this on my table. Then he sees, right? We did this as a pilot in one city. The local police inspector was quite interested and he said, I want this, because tomorrow if something happens, I'm held accountable for everything. So I can't pay for this, the mall guy is going to pay for it, but I want the data created. In the process of doing it. So what have we done in this space as an organization or a company? We've created map and data for the whole country. Many of you are aware of that. We've created a lot of value addition. We do a lot of location analytics. So example for review perspective, there are pin codes in Noida that a lot of e-commerce companies won't deliver, right? Or in Ghaziabad, for example. Because a lot of thefts happen. You do home cash and delivery. The person reaches your house, you take the package, and you run away. You don't live there, you just wait outside. When he calls you, he says, I'm coming, he comes in front of the door, takes the package and runs away. So that's something that's a location analytics for you. A lot of real-time applications. We have integrated this with Dispatch. We're working with Mumbai Fire, Calcutta Fire, a lot of the mega cities in India, and panoramic for indoor and outdoor. Some screenshots. We are working closely with NRSA and ISRO. We integrate our data sets with them, and as they move forward with new technologies and new generation satellites, we will support them and we will take that forward. We did a very nice fisherman application with them with the new synchronous satellite system, where we took the reading. Because it's not GPS or the radio, it is shifted, right? It's ISRO's own satellites. And we took the reading and we integrated that with the international borders, right? Sea borders. A lot of our sailors get picked up by Pakistan and Sri Lanka all the time. And no one knows when they are crossing. So Prime Minister talked about this on Mann Ki Baat. It's very interesting, right? So you take the reading and you connect it to a simple smartphone, and the moment the boat is crossing the international waters, you get a little alert on your phone. Start speaking, you're crossing, and he stops. Because it's impossible to figure out when did you cross out from India into Sri Lanka or India into Pakistan. Right? There's no road, there's no road now. Right? So simple solutions. Everyone has a smartphone, 3,000 phone. All you need is a GPS receiver and the data element. This is the indoor mapping we're talking about. We start with an airport. We want so this is something you'll see a lot of places will indoor map in India in the next 5 years. What you see for outdoor map, you see a lot for indoor map. This is real view. What we have done. This is to scale. So essentially, if you want to extract out the data on computer vision, you want to find out which is the footpath. You can just run an algorithm and just extract it. No manual intervention. Saves you time. And this is something we put together. We put a computer dispatch system. There are a lot of companies that do this. We are one of them, but we are 1/10 the price. The call we took was, if it's going to be multi-billion-dollar, no one can buy this. What's the point of doing this, right? Let's see if we can get 700 cities to use this, and it has to be in lakhs. It cannot be millions of dollars because the budgets are limited. You don't have money to repair the jeeps, and you don't have money to repair the stations. How will you give me $1 million to buy my software? So we took that call and we are working on it, and we got good response to this, and different schemes and things. So connect to Map India for a smarter India. That's a new slogan. And any questions you have?